Hello and welcome to a game between Squirtle and IdrA. IdrA will be playing as the red Zerg player at the 9 o'clock position, and Squirtle was just scouting the 6 o'clock position. And IdrA is right over here, and Squirtle is going to be at the 3 o'clock position playing as the blue Protoss player. And of course this is the ESL World Championship, and we will see a gateway at this moment. IdrA did take game number 1, this is game number 2, so IdrA only needs 2 more to win and move on, and Squirtle will need to win 3 games total in order to keep on going in this tournament format. And IdrA does have 200 minerals. He will be putting out a spawning pool at 15 population, and Squirtle is inside of his base, and he actually clicked on one of the assimilator positions over there, and an extractor is going to go down as well as an assimilator for Squirtle. And this is Your Face. The map is going to be Metalopolis. This is not a very common map in this format so far. We've seen a lot of Zelnaga Watchtowers, some Lost Temple, and some other maps, but not so much on this map just yet. And this drone is chasing around Squirtle. Squirtle is not giving up. He wants to delay the hatchery as much as possible, as an additional pylon is going to be placed directly behind the mineral lines at this moment. We see one overlord at the lower right hand corner, and another overlord about to be floating into the middle of the map. This game has got to be really important, because if IdrA were to win this game, he would have a really big chokehold on this series, because 2 game deficits are really hard to come back to, especially if you have to win 3 in a row. And we see the first set of Zerglings will be coming out, as the second set of Zerglings will be coming out as well with the Queen. No offensive units have been out on the field yet for Squirtle, so Squirtle does not really have anything to defend against this one drone that is a scout. And the second assimilator will be open, and IdrA does see the second assimilator, and he will probably assume it's going to be a very gas heavy build, as the cybercore is complete. After the cybercore complete, there is going to be a warp gate even before the first unit comes out. The first zealot has not yet come out. It is about 90% or so complete, and there is going to be a stalker directly after it. Hatchery has been opened up at this moment, as the drone is still inside the base of his opponent. This drone has got to be killed by Squirtle if he wants to hide some tech, as he's putting pylons all over his base. He probably wants to do some sort of Stargate or maybe Robo play, as that has panned out pretty well for him in the past against other opponents, but not quite against IdrA, as the game before he did have a good sized army and a great composition, but he just simply did not have enough to out macro the macro monster of IdrA. And IdrA is going to run back over here. Metalopolis is being researched along with the Stargate. Yes, Stargate once again, and there's a probe sitting out here, and these Zerglings will not be able to scout him. Look at this little crevice in the map, just enough directly above that cafe sign, and that little probe is just chilling, sipping on some coffee. And some drones are being transferred at this moment, as the army size is going to be at 29 versus 31, 32 now. And there's going to be a second gateway, a total of 2 gateways along with 1 Stargate. And for IdrA, he is going to be finishing the metabolic boost anytime now, as he does have quite a nice sized army in terms of 4 Zerglings, I mean. And we do see 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, as well as 1 Sentry. That will be sufficient to guard for Squirtle, I suppose, because he probably does not expect too much from IdrA, as IdrA is going to be massing, is what I mean. Not expect in terms of competition, but expect sort of a rush, because IdrA is not really known for rushes. And a Void Ray is going to be Chrono Boosted. He does have a lot of Chrono Boost saved. He does like to save those Chrono Boosts to get out those very, very early air units. And there is going to be a second gas being opened by IdrA at this moment, as an injection was on the way. More and more probes are being built, as well as sentries. Sentries being warped in. We see 3 sentries along with 1 stalker going to go outside and grab his natural expansion. And he does have enough minerals, and that probe was running back, and he will place down the Nexus. And we see that IdrA's income is going to be significantly higher at this moment, as he does sit on 32 harvesters, and he actually cancelled something over there, and I believe that was to get his population slightly over, as he was slightly supply blocked. And he is going to put down a pylon here, possibly put down a cannon or some other buildings, because this is a good way for Protoss players to wall off. Roach Warren is going to go down inside the base of IdrA, and IdrA is moving about the map, checking it very, very carefully for any sort of units. And there's 1 Void Ray just killing off these 2 Zerglings next to the Zelnaga Watchtower, lowering the ability for IdrA to see, and IdrA is still running around with this 1 Zergling, still checking out what's going on. And from the Stargate, there is going to be a Phoenix. There is already 1 Void Ray out on the field, and the Void Ray is going to enter IdrA territory. He does have 4 kills. That was a kill on the creep spreading thingy, and 2 Queens are going to run on creep to this Void and the Void does not want to engage, and he will smartly back off. There is one hatchery going up at the upper left-hand corner. We see a huge army coming for Squirtle, as Squirtle is going to move out here. He does have 4 sentries and 2 stalkers, along with 3 zealots, as well as a Void and a Phoenix. Phoenix meant to not go there, I believe, as that was perhaps a misset rally point. We see a lot of buildings going down for IdrA at this moment. He is making a Hydralisk den, and there's 2 queens here in for the sniping. There is a pylon there warping some units, and these 2 queens are in trouble. They're getting focus fired down by the forces of Squirtle, and at this moment IdrA's making a lot of units. Will he make it in time? Army size at 68 against 68, but a lot of the units for IdrA has not yet popped. He has 6 Hydralisks, and those 6 Hydralisks does count for population, but they're not out on the field. There is one Spine Crawler going down really quickly, and this one Phoenix is microing very well away from that queen. Very, very close to that. 0 kills, 20 HP left, and great force field there, and GG. That was really good timing by Squirtle. Man, what a great game. Hope to see you guys at game number 3, and if you have not yet, please do subscribe, as these games are really nice. See you guys at the next game. That game was actually super short, so I'm going to add something to the end to sort of fill it and not give away exactly what's happening, because sometimes you need to stick in fillers, but most of the time I don't really like to do fillers because fillers are kind of silly and I don't know how much value I'm adding to the video by just talking randomly about crap that is not completely related to the game. But the APM spam is nice when you start at the beginning, and I mean IdrA is a really, really good player, as he was kind of like slacking in the last few games, I feel like, because he maybe was scratching his face or doing something else, because his APM like literally falls to 0 like it just did there, or falls to 20 or 10, because I watched this game multiple times from multiple perspectives, and the Overlord is flying over here. If you guys have noticed, there's a lot of really cool things around the game. Like over here there is some sort of advertisement for Bubba's something another. I've actually read that before, but I forgot. And there's another thing over here, which is Alan's Karaoke. I go to Alan's Karaoke. That is a really cool icon. If some pub guy owner does not have an icon for his thingy, that is something you should take. And anyway, this is just a filler thingy. I mean, yeah, I thought about doing filler videos as a designated filler video, but I guess you guys will be too smart, because then if I keep on sending you guys to the same video or the same extension for YouTube, I think most of you will figure it out, so I don't really know how to work around that, and I don't really want to create one video for every 1 or 2 videos and clutter the YouTube and the playlist with just filler stuff, and yeah, I think that's kind of annoying as well. But trying to figure out a way to do the filler and the spoiler and the other stuff. So if you have any ideas, let me know, because I'm scratching my head hard, and if I were to scratch any harder while I'm thinking, I would hurt myself. Anyway, see you guys at game number 3. Hope you guys are liking what's happening so far.